What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Your girl Ariana, that cute little brown girl, everybody with a little taste of hi. And so today, if you can tell by the title, I'm going to be telling you about the time that I was talking to 3 guys at the same time, and a combination of me being a side chick, knowing and unknowingly. So, before we get into the video, like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notification, hit that little button, comment down below. Team Airi all day, every day. If you didn't know, now you know. Big things popping, little things stopping. So let's get right on into it. Ooh, actually, I lied. Reverse. One thing I do want to say before a disclaimer is that if I was you and I'm watching my channel, I definitely want to hear about the tea about my last relationship. I want to hear the funny stories. I want to hear the most embarrassing moments. You want to hear about my toxic stories. I would just want to share those things with you guys. But just to be honest and just to be fair to you know who, I don't want to say his name, but just to be fair, I don't want to just mention these things just yet, because me and him haven't had a conversation where we can kind of joke and tell these stories on our own type of vibe. Like if he wanted to do a story time, like, oh, the one time that the one time I caught my girlfriend stalking me. But you know what I'm saying, I just don't think we're at that point where we can have these story times without either our supporters trying to bash the other person or trying to match us back up with each other. Everybody knows, you know what I'm saying, Trey's always gonna be like homie of mine, you know what I'm saying, that's my bro, whatever. But we were in a relationship. We were with each other every day for 3 years, but we're not together. It's about to be a whole year, and it's just not time to talk about it, you know, just respectfully. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all know me, just like I talk about my baby daddy, just like I talk about my exes, just like I talk about anybody who's been in my life if we were friends, you gotta give it a little bit of more time until you can say it and it's not an issue. So we're gonna probably give it like another year or so, then I can give y'all all the tea and stuff and tell y'all like, oh my god, I remember this one time when I did this, like, you know what I'm saying, my most craziest moments. Like I can tell you guys these things and not have to worry about bashing or are we beefing, because me and Trey do not talk at all. The last time I talked to this man had to be like the day before my birthday, really kind of brief. Like we don't talk in that sense of like, oh, we're friends, we're sending each other gifts, or we're trying to rekindle our friendship, but we're definitely not beefing. So let's make sure we get that clear right now. Me and him are not beefing, but I'm not about to sit here and act like we're best buddies and we be texting and talking and working on a friendship. No, we're just one of those exes where you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. Hopefully one day, and God, you know, if God allows it, we can have a conversation and be friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I got some cuties I can hook you up with, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got some friends for me? Just don't tell them about me, okay? I'm gonna do that myself. And I ain't gonna tell them about you. You gotta do that yourself. Something like that. Like, I just be wanting to be cool. Like, once you get to a point in a relationship where you like, okay, we're not together, we're not talking, this is what we're doing, you're talking to other people, I'm talking to other people, we're living our best life, you're happy, I'm happy. Like, dang, can we like try to keep the friendship? It's hard. So ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer, make sure you're careful with the people that you get in a relationship with, okay? Because you can lose a friend. Okay, some people can do it. Like, I can do it with some people, but this is one of those relationships where it's taking a little longer for us to actually be friends. Like, we just don't talk at all. It's so weird to me. Like, you can be with somebody every day for 3 years straight, and you know what I'm saying, you have a little miscommunication of a breakup, and now y'all not together, and like now we can't even like, hey, what's up, want to grab lunch? Like, we don't talk at all. Like, I see a funny meme or anything, it's bam, you get scared to like a post with you, but it's like, I look cute in this edit, I'ma like it. That's just me being real. But before y'all go into like, oh my gosh, she must make sure she talks about him so much, I'm gonna talk about whatever I want to on my channel, when I want to, how I feel like it. And if you feel any type of way about it, feel some type of way. But like I said, me and him are not beefing, but we not besties, and we don't be texting, we don't be talking, nothing like that. So ladies, if you're talking to Trey Bills, you don't gotta worry, baby girl. He's all yours, you got him. But anyway, going into the video, let me tell you about the time that I was a freaking side chick. But before I got to the side chick, and before I found out I was a side chick, I was a player. This is before I got cuffed up, y'all. And then all my game left. And then I got all, what's the word? Then I got all married and stuff. And I was the only one in the marriage because I never got a ring. And it's like, you know, like, crazy. It's a problem. Working on it though, I'm changing. I'm getting better. So for my future husband who's watching this, play this at our wedding. I'm so happy that I found you. And yes, I was crazy before you found me. Anyway, so let me tell y'all about the time. So I'm in high school, Youngstown, Ohio. I went to Cheney, and this is a performing arts school at the time. I'm living my best life. My mom is a radio personality, Jamma Janae. She's doing her thing. Yes, I'm pissed off at my mom. I'm just gonna go ahead and come out and say it. I'm heated because we left Southgate, Michigan, and that's where, you know what I'm saying, the other story times, you know what I'm saying, that's where I was at. So I'm heated. We go to this one school, and so now we've been here maybe like this is like my second school in Ohio, because the first school, it was like Boardman. They was giving us real racist vibes. We were having some problems. So then we went to Cheney, which is my first ever like predominantly black school. It wasn't a lot of students because you had to audition to get into there. Y'all know I went in for singing. You know I went in for singing. Yeah. So, you know, I went in for singing or whatever, and I went in for, and dance. You know what I'm saying? Your girl can bust a move. Not no more, but I could at the time, or I was trying to, who knows. But I knew I wanted to be in the performing arts type of field. So I auditioned. I don't know what song I sung at the audition. Was it Beyonce? Nope, that's not Beyonce. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, whatever, and I don't even know how I met them. I can't even tell you how I even met them. But there's these three fine men, okay? We're gonna call him, shoot, I don't care. Y'all see me, 2021. Their names were Desmond, Thomas, and Mikey, okay? So there was these three boys. Mikey and Thomas were actually best friends at the time. And Desmond and Thomas were seniors. Thomas and Mikey were best friends, and Mikey was a junior. And I'm not exactly sure how I met them, but I know I was kind of like the new girl type of vibe or whatever. And I just remember, like, me and Thomas started talking. I don't care what nobody says. Thomas was the first boy I was talking to, and that was my freaking baby. That was my babe. I was rocking with him real heavy. Like, that was my boo. And the way our school was set up, you had what is it, like, you know how like the singers can come like in the morning, but like they'll be there in the morning, but they take a different bus to go to a different school for like dentists and like things like that. That's the way the school was set up. And everybody that was like in performing arts, drums, music, whatever, you stayed in the building. And so I'm talking to Thomas. I'm thinking he's so cute. He used to walk me to my class. I'm thinking I'm the stuff because there's a freaking senior trying to talk to me. And so to make Thomas a little jealous, this boy Desmond, super cute, delicious, you know what I'm saying, he's actually a barber, and he would try to come talk to me. He like, hey, how you doing? That's really how his voice is. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, you real pretty, you know. And I'm like, thank you. And it's so crazy because they was lying to me, because I be looking at my throwback pictures and there was no way them boys should have liked me like that. But then again, your girl is a dime. It's hard to deny the diamond. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, so I'm talking to Desmond. Okay, a little cute. And so I ain't had no cell phone, so I just remember giving him my house phone number. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so ghetto. And we're trying to talk on the phone. One thing I didn't like about Desmond, he was so conceited. Like, he loved himself so much, but he was so cute. And I think it was, for me, it was just one of those moments like, this man is fine, boring or not, he has to stay on the roster. What do I need to do? So I'm talking to Desmond, but I'm also talking to Thomas. So we like texting, or like, you know, I don't know, maybe, why did I give Desmond my house phone number? Did I have minutes? Is that a thing? Was that a thing at the time? I don't know. More of the story is, I'm talking to these two, and Mikey is kind of like hanging out with like a few people in our grade, but like I'm freshman, and you know how like you got those freshman boys that are kind of cool with everybody. It's like our school was super small. We all had lunch, breakfast, and yeah, we all had breakfast and lunch together, and we had to go through metal detectors. So you seen each other every day, and some of these people was on my bus, like, excuse me, you see these people every day. There was no way to avoid it. So I'm talking to Thomas, and I'm also talking to Desmond at this time. Mikey is like cute, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving him a little but I'm not really focused on Mikey, because the person that I like out of all three of them is freaking Thomas. Thomas is the one that I like. So I'm talking to Thomas, and while I'm talking to Thomas, Thomas is telling me like, oh, he can't talk to me because his best friend likes me. Who is your best friend? Mikey. So I'm like, oh, and I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with me? I don't like Mikey, I like you. So me and Thomas are talking, we just like vibing it out, right? Vibing it out. He's walking me to class, y'all. He's walking me to class, and oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Like, girl, why do you think you are in a freaking High School Musical, the grassy freaking show? Because I love just making my life seem real dramatic at the time. So he used to walk me to dance class or whatever, because he's a senior, like I said. And finally, I don't know who I was talking to Or I just got a text message. Who's texting me? So I'm sitting there and I'm like I'm talking about who's texting me. What the heck am I thinking about? Oh, so he was walking me to class. I don't know what girl put me on the side and was like, you talk to Thomas. And I'm like, because, you know, you seeing me talk to him a little bit in the hallway, walking to class, and, like, if you looking in the hallway, it'd be empty, but it'd be us, like, you know what I'm saying? And he used to walk me to dance class, and all the girls, you could see the dance class had, like, windows and a thing, so you would see him. So these girls are like, you know, do you talk to Thomas? And, oh, the girl who told me her name was Leah, and I used to call her my dance partner, because Leah, she was my dance partner, but she was in my dance class, and she was a junior or a senior. She was a senior. So I just remember her talking to me. She like, dance partner. I'm like, what, girl? And she like, you talking to Thomas? I'm like, she like, he got a girlfriend. And I'm like, no, he don't. She like, yes, he do. He got a girlfriend. And I know her. She and our what's it called? And I said, I don't ever see him with no girlfriend. He be walking with me in the hallway, all this other stuff. And she like, he got a girlfriend. She's in the she's in the morning section. Like, she comes, but she leaves before school even starts. She don't come to breakfast or nothing. I'm like, okay, so I don't believe it. So now, of course, right when you find out who she is, and now I'm looking on Facebook, I'm finding Facebook pages. I'm like, they've been in a relationship for 4 or 5 years. What? I'm flabbergasted. I'm like heartbroken. Like, are you serious or not? And I just remember asking him, like, you got a girlfriend? He like, yeah, but we've been together so long, I just don't know how to break up with her. Da, da, da. You know, the boys try to give you the game. Whole time he in love, going to her house after school and everything like that, planning their life together about her being a dental hygienist and him being a drummer at the church. You know what you were doing, Thomas. You know. So I'm like, okay. So I see them, and I'm telling y'all, my first time seeing them kiss, and I'm like, I'm trying to convince myself and all my friends. I'm like, no, they're not even together. I'm like, look, they had kisses one day, and he wiped the kiss off. And I'm like, see, I told y'all, he don't like her. He's just only with her because he don't know how to break up with her, because she be acting real clingy when he try to break up with her. Like I really know something. Being on the other side, you know, it ain't never like that. Them men be lying. Oh, she crazy. Is she? Or is you telling her you love her every day? Is you telling her you want her to meet your mama? Is you telling her to pull up because you in the city? What is it, brother? Ladies, you know. So trust your instincts all times, period. If you ain't learned from nobody else and you don't ever take nothing from me, trust your instincts. Pray on it. I wasn't praying at the time, but trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. Because sometimes you may be off a little bit, but you be right on the nose. You may miss the girl, but your aim might have been off, but the gun needed to be loaded and ready to shoot. Okay? It will go right over your head. I'm trying to tell you. Would I lie to you? Would I? Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, he don't even like her, whatever. And so I'm looking at him and I'm like, I just seen y'all kissing. I'm like, why would you wipe off her kiss? So this is a whole little deep talk. We having a whole argument, but we having a whole heated discussion. Like, this is my man. Cause I'm like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, he was walking me to class every day. But still, while I'm talking to him, I was also talking to, to Desmond. But Desmond was like a little inconsistent. Every girl in this school liked him. He's tall, muscles, and y'all know how I am about the muscles. And Thomas had muscles too, and Mikey had muscles too. They was kind of skinny, tall a little bit, but all of them was taller than me. They were really cute boys, like delicious looking. I said, wow, Airi. Okay, so I'm still kind of talking to Desmond, but like I said, we have nothing in common really, but I'm still kind of like and I think the fact that I wasn't super interested was making him interested in me, because every other girl like, oh, Desmond, and I'm like, he's so boring and he talks about himself so much, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, you know how somebody just know they cute? And I can't lie, he was very handsome. To this day, he's very handsome. Still follow him on Facebook. But you just know, it's not clicking. I just want Thomas. So in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna wait it out, because he don't want to be with her. I'm gonna wait for him to break up with her. So when I seen him kissing, he wiped it off, and I just remember a conversation. I'm like, well, why would you kiss her? He like, and I said, why would you kiss her? And he like, cause you know, that's my girl. And I'm like, but oh, I thought you said you liked me. I thought I was the one. I thought you liked me. Mind you, I'm a freshman. This man is a senior. Like, what do I think is really about to happen here? And I'm like, I thought you liked me. What are you what are you saying? And so everything kind of like just escalates to the point where he's like, he wiped off the kiss because she puts on Carmex and he doesn't like the taste. So in my head, he wiped off the kiss because I'm over love, I'm done. He wiped off the kiss because he don't like Carmex. So now I'm like, so now I'm trying to see something. I'm like, okay. He like, and plus I told you, he was like, it's no point of us even talking because I'm still with her and my best friend likes you. He's still mentioning his best friend. I don't care about this best friend. I don't want to hear nothing about this best friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mikey cool, he cute and all that, but like, I want you, my bro. Like, what are you got going on? And so he like, and you know, plus I'm about to graduate, Graduation ain't for a minute. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, okay, fine. So you know me, I'm P-E to the T-T-Y. I'm petty. Petty. Yeah, I got my life together now. But up until, how long have I been retired from pettiness? I'm gonna say about a good 8 months. So 8 months, and I've been sober 8 months, but for a good 24 years, 23, however you want to count it, I have been petty. That's literally Ariana Ann Petty Lynch. That's my name. So I'm like, okay, so you know me, who y'all think I'm going to next? I gotta hit where it hurt. I'm talking to the best friend. So I'm started talking to the best friend, and I just remember, y'all, I was so dramatic. He used to be writing me these notes like, I like you. Oh my goodness, this used to get on my nerves, because mind you, it was nothing wrong with him. Cute, nice dude, but I wanted Thomas. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I get this note in my locker, and like, I like you, you know, like, and I'm walking down the hallway and I hear him saying my name, Airi, and I'm like, he catch up to me, and I'm like, he like, you know, let me walk you downstairs. And at first I'm like, but as I'm looking at him, y'all, I can't make this stuff up. You had to be there. It was like a movie. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I see Thomas. Thomas sees me. Me and Thomas see each other. Stare. In my head, this is happening all in five hours. Dramatic, black screen, everybody's kind of fading away, it's just us, and we about to break out into a song number. But this really went like 5 seconds, 10 at the most. And I'm like, yeah, fine. So me and Mikey start holding hands, and I'm walking down the stairs. I'm walking down the stairs, and Thomas is doing one of these, like, in his head, he's like, that's my girl, but for my bro, I got you. And Mikey looking like, I got the girl. Not even knowing, like, I started holding your hand to be petty. Next thing you know, y'all, me and Mikey, we started hanging out a little bit more. Next thing you know, I was like, okay, I kind of like him. He kind of funny. He kind of cute. Because I can't have Thomas. I'm not even about to think about that. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. The day that me and Thomas broke up, even though we was never in a relationship, but I was his side chick, and I had retired from being a side chick because it was time for me to move on. And after, it was just like, you're not going to leave your girlfriend. You've been playing me. Like, it's been a good 2 weeks. You ain't break up with her. I thought you had to break it easy. Like, I'm about to leave you for this freshman. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had a real dramatic moment. He took me to dance class, and I said, so this is it. So this is it. And we hug each other, and we kiss. Okay, bye. I'm walking in dance class like but in my heart, I'm heartbroken because I'm never gonna kiss Thomas again. And I never did. But me and Mikey together, right? And Desmond too. And so before, like, while me and Mikey, like, before we held hands, y'all, this is the situation that just, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. Whose Valentine's am I about to be? Nobody's. So Desmond's like, oh, I got you this big card, what kind of candy do you like? And I'm like, okay. So Desmond, he actually, what did he give me? Did he give me a card? Or he like, I forgot it. He made us some lame excuse, but he gave everybody a card that day. But I'm telling y'all, I just wasn't pressed. Like, Desmond just wasn't an option. If anything, it was Thomas, Mikey, then Desmond, like, on the roster. And honestly, I don't even know, because I had dated a whole nother boy before any of them too. Like, freshman year was so freaking lit for me. I was feeling the chocolate. I was being appreciated for being a black woman. People appreciated me, and I'm talking about, I was literally wearing purple earrings, purple t-shirt, and purple pants. Ew. And you like me? Okay. So this one day we're at the lunch table, and you know, me and my girls, we pull our tables together, we sitting there eating lunch. Thomas comes and sits at the table. Mikey comes to sit at the table. Desmond comes and sit at the table. And I'm telling y'all, it's me right here. My best friend, who I call twin, is like right here, or she across from me. However she's sitting. Desmond is right here. And I just remember him, yeah, Desmond was right next to me. And I was just like, and then Thomas and Mikey were either next to each other, or all of them was real close. And I just remember the girls looking at me like, because if you knew me, like, you knew who I was talking to. You know, like, oh, Airi like Thomas, Mikey like Airi. He done told everybody. And Desmond is sitting at this freshman table when he could be over there with the seniors. He liked this girl. So I'm sitting there, and it seemed like it was like battle of the men. Like, they weren't doing like, no, I love Ariana. But you could tell, like, it was like a... Why he doing all of that? Desmond like, yeah, I got a tattoo. Just got this new one. I'm looking at him like, anybody? Anybody else? This is what's going on in my head. I'm like, and my twin is just cracking up. So lunch is over, and that was like my little boss moment. I love that moment because I always think like, wow, I had all three of these men here, and they don't even know. I was on the phone with him last night. Yes, I was bored, but who knows? Mikey thinks that he got a chance with me, but I really want Thomas. And Thomas, you got me looking over here like I'm a side chick. You got me messed up because your girlfriend came in here right now. She won't want with good smoke. But I wasn't gonna fight her. So, I'm cracking up, girl. You was a joke. So after that, I'm sitting there, and me and Mikey are now like holding hands. Desmond, me and Thomas are like, we barely talk. Like, we talk and stuff when he's with Mikey because, like I said, they're best friends. So he'd be around, but it's not like how we was. And I don't think nobody knew that we kissed but me and him. And it was just so beautiful. But it was just one of those like I gotta go my own way. But what about us? What about everything we've been through? But what about trust? Because we don't have none, because I'm a side chick. Yeah. So that's when I was talking to them. So me and Mikey end up being me and Mikey, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and he had 2 twin sisters, and his sisters didn't like me. And they tried to make it seem like they didn't like me, but I have a really bad problem when family members don't like me. Like, it's really important to me because family is really important. And I like when your family like me. And the thing that I like about Mikey that kind of like set the standard for people in my future, like if you got to match it or not, he kind of made it like a, you know what I'm saying? I like you. They going to respect you. Come over to my house. Like, you're good. Like, they're never going to make you feel unwelcome. And they didn't, but I'm a female. I know when somebody likes me or not, because I would say really nice things to them. Like, oh my God, you look so pretty. You're so nice. And they're like, thanks. And I'm like, why don't these girls like me? Come to find out, guess who their best friend was? Thomas's girlfriend. So they knew about me because the same people that's coming to tell me, oh, Thomas, you know, has a girlfriend, they're going to tell them like Thomas been walking around with this little girl at the school. So now I'm seeing her and her friends, you know what I'm saying? You just know. So now these seniors are looking at me like, oh, this the little home wrecker. I'm new to the state. How am I supposed to know that this man has been in a relationship with you for 4 or 5 years, baby girl? If he ain't claiming it, what am I supposed to do? So Mikey's and then Mikey and you got to remember this. Mikey and Thomas are best friends. So they're best friends, and Thomas's girlfriend is his sister's, is Mikey's sister. You know? You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, so they know. So I'm like, does Mikey know and not care? Or did Mikey ask Thomas to stop talking to me? I still, like, I didn't find out that Mikey kind of told Thomas, like, you know, can you stop talking to her because I like her, and why you talking to her if you talking to this girl, da-da-da-da. And so that's when the conversation was happening with me. But I didn't find this out until later on when me and Mikey actually got into a whole relationship, y'all. Yes, I had a whole boyfriend. Like, we was in a whole relationship. He asked me to be his girlfriend, but Mikey was a really good boyfriend. But he did have some issues that I just couldn't get with. And I think the fact that I didn't initially like him played like a really big part in that. Desmond, after that Valentine's thing, I just kind of didn't talk to him like after that. Like, he would come back around like every like 2 or something months. And what really made me like Mikey is I had this movie night, and I had these annual movie nights every Friday or something like that, and everybody would come over to my house because like my mom was just like, my mom, I don't know how to explain, mom's just real chill. And so everybody came over to my house. I had these movie nights, and this movie night, my mom was in the movie night with us. She did not leave us by herself. And I just remember like Mikey would like throw up all this stuff when it came down to people's feet. But guess whose feet he would touch? Mine. I just love a man that's like he would do like stuff that he normally wouldn't do for me. Like, this just makes me feel special. Like, you don't like furry wheels, but you'll drive my furry wheel car because you love me. You'll break your phobia for me. Oh, yeah. So that's when I started liking him. But we was probably like in a relationship maybe like 2-3 weeks at this point. Like, what is going through my head? So yeah, me and Mikey was together. Then we broke up. Then we got back together. Didn't talk to Thomas again. After he graduated. Senior year, my only focus was Mikey, like, for a little bit. No, not senior year. His senior year, because now I'm a sophomore. So that summer, now I'm a sophomore, because I'm like senior year. His senior year, Mikey's now a senior. And so me and Mikey, we break up because he's on some foolishness. He starts talking to this other little girl. He was just nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And then this is probably like didn't help with me already being insecure about my men always trying to leave me for these little light-skinned girls. Like, I'd be like, nothing's wrong with y'all at all. I just don't like it. It just bothers me, like you could have broke up with me. So he's talking to this real young girl. I don't know what it is about these young little girls. And so, mind you, our school is connected to like a middle school. So why are you talking to this little girl? Ew. So him and this girl started talking. Me and him broke up. I didn't like the little girl. I'm like, yeah, because you see me with this man every day, and you is too young to be talking to this old man. So me and him broke up. Desmond and Thomas, of course, graduated. I've never seen them again. And yeah, I never seen them again. Me and Mikey broke up. Mikey started dating my boy best friend's ex-girlfriend. It was just so much mess. And so then that's when I started dating Nate, and Nate was my first white boy that I dated. And yep, and then me and Nate was together, and then me and Nate dated all the way until I moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana. But then we broke up because then it clicked in me, like, I'm never going back to Ohio. And I didn't lie, I never went back, like ever went back. And I honestly just moved further. I went from Ohio, Indiana, then I went to Texas. Now I'm in Atlanta, and I never went back to Ohio, anything like that. So like, me and him broke up, and like, I just remember taking pictures. I used to wear this necklace all the time. I just like when people, like, I don't know, but I used to wear his necklace all the time. It was his favorite necklace, and he gave it to me, like, So yeah, that was the time I was talking to 3 different dudes at the same time, and how actually they were best friends. And yeah, none of the relationship lasted. It was real messy. It was like so much drama that had happened with that. Like, it was so much drama, and it was just like, why would you talk to me if you know that I liked your best friend? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be mad about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be weird that, like, you don't want all of us to hang out. You know what I'm saying? Because in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, Mikey, is Thomas coming? Is he gonna be there? I need him to see what he's missing out on, because he could have had this freshman. But everything worked out for the better good, because I ended up leaving. Then that's when I ended up moving, and then that's when I ended up after I broke up with Nate, that's when I ended up that's when I went to Indiana. And then Indiana, we all know how that went. I left Indiana with a baby. With a baby. So yep, and that was where I was at. And then I went to Houston, and I was like, you know, I'm over love. I'm never gonna do this again. I'm gonna focus on me. And then who would have knew that my future boyfriend walked in the door? And then yeah, we dated. That didn't last either. So now I'm here again, single, mingling, focusing on myself, self-love, because he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And the next thing that finds me, ooh, I'ma love you up. But yes, I hope y'all like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notification, hit that thumbs up button, comment down below. Team Airi all day, every day. I hope y'all enjoyed this little story time just inside of my life. I like to keep it real cute, raw, and uncut with you guys, because why not? You know what I'm saying? It's just really crazy, like, you know. But like I said, future stories about any crazy thing, like if I ever cheated or talked to anybody while I was in a relationship, anything I ever did crazy from my last relationship, I will be talking about that in 2022. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm just gonna be talking about it in 2022 when I can tell the story and say the names, and nobody's gonna feel offended or in their feelings or like trying to read into it in between the lines. But if you feel some type of way, feel some type of way. But stop reading into my life, y'all. Just go with the flow. We gonna go with the flow, because I'm gonna keep it real as I can. And I love you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.